Howdy folks, Doc here with Last Best Tool, and if you watch the channel for any length of time, you know that I appreciate different shaped wrenches. Always looking for that advantage. Half moon wrenches are kind of neat, especially if you're working with batteries and you just have to get around, especially things like cables. S-shaped wrenches are sometimes called starter wrenches or even obstruction wrenches. And I thought, actually, obstruction wrench? A wrench sometimes, like if you throw a wrench into the works or a monkey wrench, that messes things up. So an obstruction wrench could be redundant. Or does that mean, you know, if I've got a monkey wrench in the system, if I threw an obstruction wrench in there, would that undo the monkey wrench and thus fix the problem? Anyway, move on. But I got these Capris, just tried 2 of them here because you can buy individual wrenches. And these are a offset double box. This is an 810 and this is a 1214. Those are the most common sizes I would encounter, say, in my vehicle kit, which is what I was thinking about. It's nice to have an inexpensive but quality enough set that you can just add to the kit rather than having to disassemble your shop kit. But anyway, I was curious about the quality, about the thickness. The price is right. They're like between $8 and $9 a piece, which is really not that much. These are made in Taiwan by Capri, or for Capri Tools, and they do seem to be finished quite nicely. So the first thing I did was I grabbed a couple of bolts, 10mm in this case, and I put it on here just to see how much wiggle there was. But is that a lot or not? If I put it on this this threaded collar, maybe we'll do that for the test so you can see how much wiggle. Because obviously the more wiggle, the less precise, the more chance of stripping. Collars like this strip out pretty easily. Battery poles seem to strip out, and that's another use for something like this. So how does that compare? So I grabbed a few others. So here is a 10mm snap-on obstruction wrench. If I drop that on there, slides down. There's a little bit, not quite as much. In fact, I can compare it head to head here. I can even put it there. Kind of wiggle these back and forth. There, if I hold that down, that's how much movement there is there versus the snap-on. Pop that off. In fact, getting it on and off. This one, the half moon on the snap-on, very similar. However, I did notice here is a snap-on 10mm. This is a combination with the ratcheting box end. When I put that on, look at that. That's a lot of play. Try it on a different one up here. Make sure I've got enough room to move. Look at that. How does that compare? So I'll put this one on here, drop the Capri on here, and you can see there's the Capri, there's the snap-on. So that's quite a bit. So the Capri is definitely within snap-on tolerances there. However, when I compare it to, say, a double box end fixed snap-on here, that actually is on pretty tight. Now, obviously, you get kind of a lever effect. The longer this is, the more perceived movement. But that's on pretty snug compared to a lot of things. And then here is the 4-way wrench. So both of these are 10mm on this snap-on here. And that one, a little bit better fit. You can see that's how much there is there. And for reference, going back to the Capri. So is the Capri a good enough one? I'd say so. Could it be better? Yeah, but remember, this thing is, say, $8 or $9, whereas any of these snap-ons, you're going to start in the 20s, 30s, and then go up from there, depending on what it is. And these can approach $50 a piece, which is just outrageous. But anyway, I thought this was a useful wrench. I actually don't have any, or I don't think I have any metrics of quality in this size. I have an old set of SAE fractional stuff that is probably 50 years old that I got secondhand But it's kind of interesting to see these quality wrenches still around, still useful, and affordable. So there they are. Put a link below if you're interested in finding them. I'm sure you can buy a set. I just wanted a few to start with to see. But there's a good chance I'll just fill out the set and then have one in my overlanding kit. Let me know what you think if you've got experience with these, or if there's another shape of wrench that is worth exploring that isn't here. And with that, Doc out.